You'll join me for dinner. That's not a request.
Following Maleficent, Cinderella and The Jungle Book, Disney continues its run of live-action adaptations of its animated back catalogue with Beauty and the Beast, and this might just be the studio's best redo yet. A nostalgia rush for viewers over a certain age, and magical enough in its own right to convert newcomers. Clinging closely to the template of the 1991 Best Picture nominee, its story, characters and songs will feel potently familiar to anyone who's seen the original. And while it's a good 40 minutes longer than the animation, the extra additions are well judged by director Bill Condon, and nothing new distracts from the familiar formula. Of these aforementioned additions to the plot, most are minor tweaks centred on Belle, increasing the independence she already had in the cartoon compared to some other Disney heroines. Belle is also given a little more backstory, which adds to the foundation of her relationship with the Beast. Watson's natural strength and sweetness fit perfectly with the role, and she meets the character's musical demands.
There goes the baker with his tray like always, the same old bread and rolls to some.
A slightly revised prologue sees the vain prince, played by Dan Stevens, transformed into the furry fiend by a wandering enchantress. Stevens, who looks alarmingly similar to the cartoon's prince, gives the Beast a soulful voice in a mo-capped performance. And if the CGI isn't always perfect, it's hard to shake the feeling that the tech might have been more up to the challenge in a couple of years' time. It's good enough to prevent any major distractions, even in the centrepiece ballroom scene. Gaston, played by Luke Evans, is again a scene pincher, with biceps and arrogance to spare. And the supporting cast in general are a hoot. Mostly composed of the Beast's enchanted homewares, present and correct from the cartoon are Cogsworth the Clock, voiced by Ian McKellen, Candelabra Lumiere, Ewan McGregor, and tea-spouting Miss Potts, Emma Thompson. Which brings us to the songs. A huge benefit of this adaptation is it gets to revisit Alan Menken and Howard Ashman's songs. Once again, Be Our Guest is a highlight as Lumiere and co tempt Belle to stay for dinner, but there's also joy in seeing Belle and Gaston's numbers given new life. Some new verses are weaved in to extend classic songs, and a couple of completely new tracks sit comfortably alongside the old favourites, though only time will tell if they have the same staying power. Familiarity can be a double-edged sword, but it plays in Beauty and the Beast's favour. You've seen this film before, but when it's redone with such warmth and craft, it's impossible not to be won over again. This is finely tuned entertainment that should satisfy all quarters of the audience. We give it 4 stars.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.